Stop making boring chicken. Instead, you could be making this tandoori chicken wrap. Chicken breast is not boring. You're just not good at cooking it. And today I'm gonna solve that problem for you once and for all. It's low fat, it's high protein, it tastes amazing, and you could make it right now. Tandoori chicken recipe that is gonna help you lose fat and build muscle. Let's get it. This is absolutely one of my favorite recipes. I grew up eating it. My dad makes this recipe every weekend when he comes home from work. Once you try this for yourself, you're gonna want it 3 meals a day, 7 days a week for 365 days a year. So let me tell you what it's gonna take to make it. Before I go into that, I wanna tell you a little bit about who I am. My name is Prince Jeet Kapoor. You can call me Prince. I am the founder of Hustle Lifestyle Secrets and the head transformation coach. At Hustle Lifestyle Secrets, we've done over 2,000 consultations when it comes to fitness, nutrition, accountability. We've done hundreds of transformations. We're on a mission to help you put yourself first and get healthy and get fit. And in order to do that, I've got this amazing recipe to help you out today. Here's what you need for it. First, you're gonna need 2% fat or 0% fat Greek yogurt. Your choice, you pick. Chicken breast. You'll then need garlic, ginger, jalapeno, lime, and kind of a plethora of spices. Salt, black pepper, cumin seeds, onion powder, garlic powder, paprika, chili powder, ground cumin, cayenne pepper, ground clove, garam masala, ground coriander, olive oil. Now, if you don't want the plethora of spices, you can make your life easy by getting this tandoori masala from Kisan. You can find it at your local Indian market more than likely. I'm not sponsored by them, although Kisan, if you want to sponsor me, hit me up. I will say I do like to make the spices from scratch because it gives the chicken a different flavor than when you get it from the prepackaged spice packets. First step, we're going to take our chicken breast and we are going to fly cut it. If you don't fly cut it, it is going to end up being dry and it's going to cook unevenly, which is probably one of the biggest complaints that people have around chicken breast. You're going to fly cut it, then you're going to throw it in that marinade bowl. Next steps, we're going to take up our jalapeno. We're going to chop these up nice and thin because we want it to get all around the chickens. I'm going to add it to our chicken. Ginger, grab a little piece. Chop this up nice and thin. Really, if you have a blender, my mom said this, you could probably just blend it up and make it into a paste-like thing with the jalapenos, the ginger, and the garlic. But I've never really done that, so I've just always done it like this. And I'll push it down. I'll scrape against it to kind of try to get it to be as small as possible. So as much of it into the chicken as possible. Lime that we're going to add in is going to break down the chicken a bit. We're going to add in some olive oil, and that should allow all this to break into the chicken, make it more tender, and also give it some nice flavor. That's why this is a two-step marinade. It's not just one marinade that you can go at it. Now, if you're impatient, of course, you could do that. But if you're patient, good things come to you. Last, not least, garlic. Who doesn't love good old garlic? Take it. I like to smash these babies because I don't like them running away on me. So, boom. Now, I'm going to bring this chicken over. I'm going to cut up this lime because we want those enzymes to be mixed in there. Go right here. Boom. Lime over top. Add one more. So, we got the lime in there. Now, what we need to do is we need to add in some salt and we need to add in some black pepper and the cumin seeds. So we're going to add in our salt. Once again, I'm going to do this a little bit freehand, depending on what your salt sensitivity is. Put it in. You could always add more later, so I am a little bit conservative with it. Not a ton of black pepper. Black pepper is actually a really strong spice. Just a tad bit is good. And then the last but not least, some cumin seeds. Not too much, just a tad bit. I'm going to mix these up. I'm going to get my hands in there, and I'm going to get nice and gritty. Let it mix up, and you can really start to smell the combination of the foods, and it can start to smell really good. And it's really like that flavor, that's where that comes from. This is why this process is so important. You really do need to tenderize the meat. That's what this is. This is the tenderizing process. That is a done deal. What you do now is you cover this up and you let it sit for 15 minutes. You can put it in the fridge if you want. You can put it to the side if you want. Don't let this go too much more than 15 though. While that chicken rests and tenderizes, we are going to make the second marinade. So first things first, we are going to grab this 2% yogurt. Once again, you can use 0% fat Greek yogurt, which is going to definitely reduce your calories. The higher fat Greek yogurt will marinate better. So if you have more calories, it's definitely worthwhile. But if you don't, then use the 0% fat. 150 grams of Greek yogurt. And now begins the spice process. So first, onion powder. I'm going to use my gut feel here. I've done this a lot. You can use teaspoons, but once again, I said this before, you can always taste it and try it later because there's no meat in this yet. So I'm just going to add a little bit of onion powder, not a lot, because there's already going to be ginger, garlic, and jalapeno. I'm going to add a little bit of garlic powder. Once again, there's already ginger and garlic in there. Paprika, I'm going to go a little bit ham with. It's going to give it some color here. So I'm going to go ahead and add a pretty good amount of paprika. This dark chili powder is going to give it some really nice flavoring as well. This one, be careful with depending on your spice level, but I know my spice level and it is spicy. So we're going to go ahead, do a couple good spots of that. A little bit of ground cumin, not too much since we already have cumin seed flavoring in that. Cayenne pepper, just a different kind of heat. That's all these things are. They're just different heats. Throw in some more cayenne pepper. Not that much since we already have that dark chili. A little bit of ground clove, very little. You don't want to use a ton of ground clove. A little bit goes a long way. Garam masala, this one I will use more of than other one. Once again, just listen to your ancestors. They'll tell you. Last one, ground coriander. I am going to use a little bit of that. Not too much, but there's not a lot that comes out. So I will use more. Then I'm going to mix this all up together. You can see right here. And really what I'm looking for is kind of this like reddish, orangish color. So that's partially how I make these calls is I'm looking for color and I'm also looking for taste. So first I'm going to mix it up and then I'm going to try the taste. If I feel like it's not salty enough, I'll add salt. If I feel like it's not spicy enough, I'll add spice. If I feel like it's missing something, then I'll mess around with the other spices and see which one I'm missing. There we go. There's that nice kind of orangish, reddish color is what I'm really going for here. You can really start to see it come together. Give it a taste test. That's not quite spicy enough just yet. Add in some more dark chili. I am going to add in some more garam masala. Going to add in some more salt. The chicken is also salted, so I'm not going to go super crazy with the salt. Some paprika to top it off, and we'll mix that thing together. I only have 3 chicken breasts, and that's 150 grams of Greek yogurt. You might need more if you have more chicken breasts. As you do this recipe over and over again, you will get better and better at it. I can tell you right now, though, my dad has no clear recipe for this. He just throws things together. So if he can do that and make it taste good, I think you can too. Okay, so we have let this rest for 20 minutes now, and we have our second marinade ready to go. It is time to do some mixing it up. All right, so I'm going to take just some of this chicken. I'm going to mix it into the marinade. Sometimes it's probably better for you to take the marinade, add a little bit in, mix it in, because you can always add more to it. But I pretty much know what I'm doing, so I've done this long enough. And you're going to get your hands dirty, okay? That's part of this process. You're going to get your hands a little bit dirty. You're going to get them in, and you're going to mix it up nice and smooth like. That way, you get that marinade all in, and you really want it to be fully coated, okay? It's okay if there's extra. You want it to be fully coated so that it's getting a nice masala taste. We're going to mix this chicken. We're going to let it then sit for, at minimum for me, 45 minutes to a half hour. But if you really want to get the good, then 24 hours is like, that's the stuff. All right, it is finally cook time. I'm gonna take this chicken and I'm gonna go ahead and put it on the grill. The way that I cook this, I go like 5 minutes on one side, flip it 5 minutes on the other side, and then take it off and let it rest for 5 minutes. The reason I can do that is because this is cooking on high heat. That is how I like to cook chicken breast. That is how I think you should cook chicken breast on the grill. If the only other way to do this is to use a meat thermometer where you go 5 minutes high heat, flip it 5 minutes high heat, and then check if it's at 160. I've done this long enough, but I've pretty much got a gauge. But if you want to do it perfecto, grab a meat thermometer and do it that way. And you want to cook it up until 160 and let it rest till it gets to 165. Okay, here we go. So put the chicken on the grill. We want that nice char, so lay it nice and flat so it gets those nice grill lines. And then we're going to set a timer for 5 minutes and let it rock and roll. Awesome. So now we have cooked up the chicken. Let's take this chicken and make it into a meal. The beauty is once you've meal prepped this tandoori style chicken, you can make it into many different kinds of meals. First step, you could eat it just by itself. That's pretty awesome. I mean, it will taste fantastic. You can use this chutney dressing that I made. Watch my other video to find out how to make it. Or you can chop it up into thin slices, right? I'm going to chop it up into thin slices. You grab one of these amazing net carb or zero carb tortillas, throw it down, throw a little bit of salad. By the way, instead of doing a low carb tortilla, you can also use potatoes. You can also use rice. You can also use a full naan bread if you want more carbohydrates. But if you want to keep it pretty low carb, you can use this tortilla or just the salad by itself. Throw in some of that salad, throw this over top. Boom. Got that nice and spread out. And then I'm going to take my chutney dressing, sprinkle a little bit in there. You can use more or less depending on what you want. You can turn that into a burrito. You can hold it like a taco. I'm gonna turn this one into a tandoori chicken wrap. Boom. You take a bite and enjoy. You can do this so many different kinds of ways. It's so versatile and it tastes great. So go eat it, make it for yourself. Let me know what you think about it in the comments below, and let me know if you have other recipes that you like or enjoy and that you would like to see be made. Have fun. And that's it. That's all you have to do to be able to make this amazing, delicious chicken. It's fantastic. You could do this once again over rice, with a low carb tortilla, in a salad, by itself. You take your pick, just enjoy.